Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. I hope you guys are having a great, fantastic, wonderful day out there wherever you may be. I know you're having a better day than Liam because right now he's going to get his shots, but he's got to get them, got to get them. Today, we're listening to Ceremony and von Hausswolff. We're moving on to the next track where we had left off with the instrumental Epitaph of Theodore. Moving on to Deathbed is the second track off the album, second one from her, released in 2012. We're listening to this because it was suggested and sponsored by Lyrical. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the recommendation. Where we left off, like I said, was with the instrumental. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the last bit of it. It didn't exactly lead into it because I did kind of get a little comet tail at the end over there just to see how it was when we did listen to it. But I want to get at least a little bit of that of the ending of it just for context. So let's go ahead and a little bit about 30 seconds or so off of Theodore play, and we'll let it lead into Deathbed here. Started off a little loud. It was already in the intense moments. This sustained note has some resonance to it, huh? Sometimes even silence adds context. Things that can make a splash. Small thing, but this organ and guitar harmony is wonderfully done. Just these two. Is this drone music, kind of? I've never listened to drone.
fumbles and trembles overlaid. The power love had over that dying man.
Nice intonation on that one.
He wishes and desires that his death will be paid, made good, and redressed. To freely forgive those who did wrong. To pardon God for everything I've done. Oh no.
I love how she plays the organ. She has such a control over that instrument. That's that good feedback on the guitar. That is incredibly cinematic. All right. I feel like I have a lot to say about Deathbed. It's an epic journey, right? Where to begin? The intro, the first few minutes in this track, in which it's just organ for a long time, and then eventually the guitar coming in as well. Just those two instruments together, and the way that it's handled from Anna, of course, on the organ, and guitar being performed by Carl Evento, Joel Fabianson, and Daniel Ogren are handling guitar. I don't know if they're all on this particular track, but those are your guitarists here on the album. That combination is so well done. Texturally, it feels perfect. There's like, okay, when I went to Switzerland many years ago, I don't think I could find pictures so quick, but I could try. When I went to Switzerland so many years ago, one of the things I had really wanted to see, because I've never really been in one, to be honest, was a cathedral. Like, cathedrals, the architecture of it have just always fascinated me. And even though I had never visited one, That was like something I really wanted to do when I was in Switzerland, like go to a European cathedral and just like take it all in. And I have no sort of religious, I guess, draw to it. It was just really for the architecture and I guess in some capacity, like, just something about it just draws me. And so I'm trying to find a picture here really quick. I'm finding a lot of cathedrals, but like there was one, I can't remember exactly which one it was because I went to a ton of them there. But there was one that I went to and my wife and I were walking around and, we went to this one and we went inside and I just sat there for the longest time. I sat in the pews for the longest time, just taking it all in. Eventually, there was a part in the back that there was like a tomb in the back. I went back there for a while. Eventually, she left and went out somewhere else. But I stayed in that cathedral just for a long time. I walked along the cathedral and just, I know this seems so cheesy, probably so movie-like. I just was like touching the walls. I was really absorbing, I don't know, just the essence of it because I loved it. And so me listening to the textures here, the point I'm getting to as I'm still searching for pictures, I'm trying to find the specific cathedral that I was at, but I don't know if I'll be able to find that exact one. The point I'm kind of getting to is that the textures that the organ and the guitar pull together here in just that part, it sounds both holy, perhaps with the church organ, and the guitar adds a stony kind of touch and texture. There's a rough edge to it, while, at the same time, it's perhaps in a way smooth and holy and divine. And I just think that's a really cool way to pull that off. And, besides listening to Anna's music here on the channel, I'm still searching. I'm sorry, I'm not making eye contact with you. Besides listening to her music here on the channel, I feel like that combination I haven't heard a lot specifically. I bet if I found a video, I could show you better. This is taking such a long time. I probably should just give up. I'm sorry. I'm taking such a long time just like trying to find videos and stuff. Like, here's something. Here's something for you. I'm walking into the cathedral here. I don't know if this was the one. It probably wasn't, but either way, it's just a really cool way of bringing these two elements together in such a wonderful, wonderful fashion. And like, come on, to me, that's absolutely gorgeous, right? Okay, anyways, that's what I was getting to at that point. Also, musically, I don't know because I've never listened to them, and I don't know because I've not listened to this genre. This whole beginning, would this be considered drone music? Like this kind of sound? I've heard of the band Sun O, and I know that they do perform drone music. I know they even have an album with Scott Walker. Kind of curious. Is that the kind of sound that they have? Because I know like their artwork, they're like in hoods and stuff like that. This is what I kind of imagine it would sound like thinking about them. Then, after this, you have the drums that come in, which just have a big amount of depth. And can I tell you another thing for you? And this kind of relates in a sense, okay? This kind of relates in a sense. Yerky Floor, I'm talking to you directly now. We've been listening to Double Negative from Low, okay? Can I tell you that I feel a little bit of a connection between the sound, the feedback, the kind of tone, the rough textures here, courtesy of the guitar and the organ, and in a somewhat similar way with Double Negative, with the electronics and the production element there. I feel like there's almost this similarity in the textures. This is an extreme example, but like, I'm saying there's a similarity in direction. They're using different vehicles to get there, but they're in a similar direction. And I think that that's really, really cool how that's done. Then, in Deathbed, Anna just takes a completely different turn and a course here when she kind of goes into that Kate Bush-esque range and starts actually singing the song. There's not a lot of lyrics here, but what is there means a lot, I think. And it's cool how that's performed. Hold on, I just need to close my door here really quick. I'm coming right back. And when she does that, it changes the mood of the song. It becomes something more conventional for this particular aspect. And the way that she intonates while she sings in there is really, really cool. Especially the third line, the fourth line in here. me pull it back up. I don't know if I didn't look at the time it happened. It was after that. That right there. And then right there, the he. I love how she's singing this higher range and then she brings it down to depths for that he. Like she gives it that little growl, that little rasp there, which is so cool when she does that. And then the song from that point lifts up. Just at the ending of Theodore, it goes from depths and something kind of dark into something light and uplifting and hopeful and bright. This is a beautiful, bright melodic send-off. And let me bring you guys together here in the lyrics, because we're going to wrap this all together. Will you take back what you said? I gave all, I gave in for your best. He fumbles and trembles over land, the power love had over that dying man. He wishes and desires that his debt will be paid, made good, and redressed, to freely forgive those who did wrong, to pardon God for everything I've done. Oh no. So there's a few interesting things here. First of all, like deathbed, right? And you can imagine someone over on this deathbed, he says, or she says, this dying man. He's trying to make right and correct and make good, redress the wounds, so to speak, and such. So there's this journey of forgiveness, redemption, trying to right the wrongs before the end, before he dies. And the brightness of the music that comes in the climax here, especially as opposed to the darkness of death in the first half, to me, represents that he did, and he was able to make right these wrongs. He was able to freely forgive those who did wrong and freely was able to walk that path of forgiveness and redemption. And I think that is just absolutely wonderful how that is perfectly captured in the music, in the lyrics, and the story is told in every which way. No matter which direction you look at it from, the story is told in a perfect way and with such just great music. It's just great music. I was trying to find something here. I don't think I can as quickly. But this was a fantastic listen, a really, really great choice. I feel like there's one other thing I was going to say lyrically. Oh, and the lines, to freely forgive those who did wrong, to pardon God for everything I've done. There's a few people involved in here. To pardon God for the things I've done. I like that little twist there too. Just a really, really, the power love had over that dying man. He wishes. But then there's a few people involved in this circle. Kind of like people gathering around a deathbed and the person on the bed. I think that's brilliant. Can't speak for you, but I think that's brilliant, and I love the journey that this particular track took us on. That's good. That's good. Let me know what you guys thought of it, of course, in the comments down below. As always, I'm sitting here bouncing in my chair. I'm bouncing in my chair like a child. You can't see my leg is like bouncing me. Lyrical Floor, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you as always for the support as well. Truly appreciate it. And hope you guys enjoyed this one. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I mentioned Switzerland. I'm even using my Switzerland mug. Look at that.